Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. I have not done a sit down video in such a long time. I don't even know what did I used to say for my intros. Wait, if you're an oldie but a goodie, thank you for coming back. And if you're an OG, oldie but a goodie, thank you for coming back to another video. And if you're new here, welcome. I think that's what it was. Well, as you guys can tell by the title, today we have a very long overdue life update Q&A. I don't remember when was the last time I actually just sat down and just went through questions and just updated y'all on life. It definitely has been probably years since I've done like a sit down life update. But yeah, girl, I hope you're not in a rush. I hope you got some time because it's gonna be a long video. I have literally sections of just the questions that kept coming up, and I ended up doing like 2 Q&A boxes. There's just a lot. I kind of broke it down into like little categories of topics, questions, and all of that. So I have on this little kimono that I got in Japan, and it's so cute. I feel like it just goes with the cozy, chill vibes. Get comfortable, girl. Grab a drink, get cozy on your couch, and let's get into these questions. I have my Christmas tree up already. As y'all see, it is November. It's not decorated yet, so it's pretty much just the tree with the lights, but yeah, there's no ornaments. I think I put like maybe one ornament. I don't think y'all can see it. All right, so let's get into it, girl. I don't even know what category to start with. I think but yeah, just so we could kind of stay organized, let's just start with okay, so this is a good starting question. How are you mentally? So I got a lot of questions of like these, like how are you? How's your mind? How's your, how's your mood? Things like that. So thank you for asking that question. Mentally, I am doing great, you guys. This year, actually the past 2 years, I feel like I've been in a great mental headspace. It's just so rewarding to even be able to say that, because if you're an OG and you've been here for a while, you know that years ago, if you scroll back through videos, there's probably topics on anxiety, depression, things like that, where, there were a few years where I couldn't say, oh, mentally I'm great. I mean, I could say maybe mentally I was okay, but right now, in the present moment, I can truly say mentally I'm probably the best I've ever been, mental health wise. Like, I feel like I haven't had any feelings of like anxiety, depression, things like that for the past 3 years now. Yeah, mentally I'm doing great, you guys. Things feel good. Of course I have my moments. I am a business owner, I am an entrepreneur, so sometimes things get rough, things get stressful, things get chaotic, and just life itself, okay? Life be lifing for everybody, right? So I do have my moments where, things just get stressful, or I may get into like a negative mindset, things like that. But I think throughout the years, I've definitely found like ways to pull myself out of, negative mindset and things like that. Overall, I can definitely say I'm probably the best mentally that I have ever been. Okay, so let me go through some questions that are probably from more of my newer subscribers or newer followers that may have not been here throughout the years. If you've been here throughout the years, you probably know the answers to these. So one of them says, where am I from and what nationality am I? So I am from Miami, Florida, and my background is Nicaraguan. So both of my parents are from Nicaragua. Yes, which if you're unfamiliar with where that is, it's the country that is right next to Costa Rica. So a lot of the culture and food. So yeah, that is in Central America near Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador, places like that. So yeah, that's my background, girl. And then there's a few questions here about like family and stuff, like do I have siblings and my family dynamic and things like that. So yes, I do have siblings. I have a sister. She is 4 years younger than me. She does live here in the same city as I do. So yeah, she's like the main person that I hang out with family-wise, that's like, around my age. I have cousins that are in Miami. My mom and dad are here, so that's why I decided to stay here in South Carolina, was mainly because of my parents. Like, they both live here, my sister lives here, so like my immediate family is here in South Carolina, and like I said, I have my cousins that I grew up with over in Miami, and then of course I have family in Nicaragua also. Those are like the main places, really. I don't have like family in other places of the US, or I do have family in other countries. So one of my cousin from Nicaragua that's a doctor, she's actually in the aesthetics world as well, but she relocated to Mexico and she has her practice there. All right, so here's some nursing questions and like background questions. So how is my bedside experience? Currently struggling with bedside. So if you are new here, I did work bedside nursing for a year. So I was a new grad RN and I went straight into the ICU. And I can say that my experience at the time was good. I mean, it was great. At the time, it was my dream job. Like, I wanted to be in the ICU right out of nursing school. That was the rotation that I enjoyed the most. I loved learning all about critical care stuff. Like, I enjoyed that chapter so much in nursing school, just learning about all the meds, the ventilators, like, you know, all that kind of stuff. I actually did my senior preceptorship in nursing school, a critical care environment, which I was so grateful and lucky to have been able to get that position because you know, as you know, people obviously want specialty units during their preceptorship, and I remember for nursing school you had to have like a certain score in your exam and like a certain GPA and all that stuff to even be considered for ICU. So the fact that I got it was like crazy. But yeah, I mean, overall I would say my experience was good. I want to say like maybe 6 to 8 months into working, I just knew that that's not something that I wanted to do long term. So it really wasn't anything like, oh, this is like terrible. I didn't have like bad coworkers or a bad experience in the hospital per se, how it is now. You know, I know that things have changed. Of course, I did peep, you know, the hospital politics and things like that. And like I said, that's why I kind of knew long term that was not an environment that I wanted to be in, just like, you know, long term, like years in. You know, nursing, bedside nursing is very physical, okay? ICU was rough, like when you had to turn patients, you know, just physically, mentally exhausting, just all that stuff. So I knew, like I said, 6 to 8 months in, like, okay, this was good to get experience. Like, I enjoyed it. I learned so much. I remember like that time, you know, it was just like, I was like a sponge. Like, I was just absorbing everything and learning everything. And I can just say that I was grateful for the experience, but it wasn't something that I wanted to do long term. Therefore, I went my own way and I decided to, you know, pursue a higher education and get a nurse practitioner degree and, you know, do what I do now, which is you know, kind of take my own path with that. But I would say if you feel like you're struggling with bedside, just know that there are so many options for you, okay? Especially now in 2023, like the field of nursing has just expanded so much. Like, there's so many roles that you can do, and a lot of them are non-clinical. So if you feel like, you know, you just don't even want to be in the hospital environment, there's a job out there for you, okay? So just, you know, don't feel like you're trapped and locked in and this is what you have to do and this is what nursing is. No, nursing is just an industry, and there's so many ways that our knowledge and our skills can be used in so many different like scenarios, you guys. I think it's all about getting creative, staying diligent with like job searches and networking. You meet the right person and your entire career and trajectory can change. So don't feel boxed in. If you feel like you're just struggling, my advice to you would be to start formulating an exit plan. So start formulating what you're gonna do in, 6 months to a year to try to get out of that position and maybe into something that is more fulfilling for your career. Okay, so while we're on this nursing topic, there is a business topic here. So this one says, did you have established clients prior to opening a brick and mortar? And daily, how many clients do you see on average? So in case you're new here, which I would assume most people know a little about me, but in case you're new here, I do own a practice here in South Carolina, so that is where that question comes from. I do have an IV hydration clinic here. But her question is, did I have established clients prior to opening my location? Absolutely not, okay? So a little bit on my background on how I even came about to having my location and all of that. I did what we call concierge, meaning you go into people's homes to provide the service, or hotels or events, things like that. I did that for a month, literally a month. I opened up my schedule for 1 month. It was going good. I had clientele. The next month, I remember that I went on a trip. So I went on a trip to Hawaii. So of course, I had closed my schedule because it was concierge, right? I could just close and not work during that month. Yeah, I went on a trip to Hawaii. And when I came back from Hawaii, I remembered that's when COVID was starting to make its way around the news and things like that. So, things were just iffy, and I decided to just leave my schedule closed because, we thought it was like, okay, a little thing passing by. Well, of course it wasn't. So y'all know April, May. So, COVID basically hit. So while that whole COVID thing was going around, I was thinking like, okay, concierge was nice, but my dream was always to have a location. So I started looking up locations and stuff, and I actually signed my lease, I want to say in May. I didn't move in until August. Remodeling, and again, COVID. I know May was a month that we were on lockdown, like here in my city. So, things were just going around throughout the summer. But yeah, I signed my lease in May, and I didn't start in my location until August 2020. So to answer the question, no, I did not have an established clientele. Like I said, I had 1 month of concierge, and I think like all those clients that I saw concierge, I don't think I've ever seen them again, because what happened was that I put out an ad in a community, and the ad did really good. Like in that neighborhood, like people started booking, and it was over at like a lake town. It was a little further out than Greenville. So once I opened my location, like I said, I've never really seen people again from my concierge month. So yeah, I did not have an established clientele, you guys. I have built my business brick by brick, literally client by client. One client turned into 2 clients, and then they told their mother about it, and they liked it, and they told their friend about it, and they just spread the word for me. And slow and steady wins the race. I know I have quality clientele. I can say that from the bottom of my heart. In this business, it's not about quantity. It's really about quality. You have a handful of quality, high spending clients, like you're set. So I'm just so grateful. Yes, I am truly just so grateful for all of my clients. And then her other question was, how many clients do I see on average daily? So it's changed now, because now I schedule my clients in like 30-minute increments, and I have more space in my location to where I can have like multiple people dripping out at the same time. So for the most part, I don't know, I want to say like my daily average could be anywhere from like, on a slow day, maybe 5, and on my busiest day, like maybe 10 or 11. And it just depends, like if they come together. I have people now that come in like a group of like 3, so it's like family. I have like a few families that they just come like all at once, like mom, dad, daughter, just come in 3s. So if I have a day like that, I mean, I don't know, I could see definitely 11, 12 people in the day. And like I said, if it's a slow day, I think my slowest day maybe like 4 drips and like a few shots, or yeah, maybe like 4 drips literally, and that might be like not even a half day. Like that might be I just pop in the spa like 2 hours or something, because the day is slow. That's how it is. Business is like that. You have busy days, you have slow days. Like I said, it's really not about the quantity, because it's the quality. It's about how many people are spending. Like so yeah, even if you did like 3, 4 drips, like that could be a profitable day for you. Okay, next question. This was asked like so many times, so let me just get into it, because like it was like repetitive. I should have answered this like way in the beginning, because now I'm like scrolling by, I'm like, did everybody ask about this topic? But do you plan on having a family, like children? And then like people just, and then yeah, it's like, do you want kids? What do you see yourself having kids? Things like that, all about kids. So yes, I do plan on having a family. I do plan on having kids. I do want children. I remember in a life Q&A years ago, probably somewhere in my mid to late 20s, I remember I said like, I think somebody asked me that question about kids, and I think I said, I'll answer that when I'm 30. And I just threw a number out there. Like I wasn't even like, oh, magically when you turn 30, like that, you have an answer to that question. But I feel like this year, so I turned 30 this year in May, and I feel like this year, I feel like I truly got confirmation on it being a yes. Like I definitely do want a family. Like yeah, like if you would have asked me like even last year, like people would ask me that, and it's like yes, but it wasn't like for sure. It was almost like now it is a certain yes. Of course, if it's in God's plan, okay, because children are just a blessing that God blesses you with. And it's crazy, you guys, like the past few months, it's not really baby fever, because I know like baby fever is when you like see a baby and you're just like, I want a little baby. Like I don't have that, but I have to where I can literally just see it. Like I can see a baby in my current lifestyle. And that's probably because now, my career is established. I feel like I'm financially set. And I don't want to say just I, because it's 2 people, right? So I'm going to go ahead and say my partner and I, my man and I, we are both in a place where careers are very flexible. We're both entrepreneurs. We both kind of make our own hours and our own schedules. Finance-wise, I feel like we're good. Mature-wise, maturity level, like I can see us being parents. So yeah, I feel like I just hit a point where I'm like, I can just see it. Like I can literally see it, especially in my current dynamic. The way my businesses are set up now, like both of my businesses are almost like, I don't want to say on autopilot, but they just don't require like, I don't know, I just have a lot of free time, okay? And I have a lot of flexibility within my day and stuff to just even, like I can just see how I could just fit a little baby into my current situation. But yeah, I'm not saying it's gonna happen like right now, but yeah, to answer the question, yes, I do want kids, I do want children, I want a family, and yeah, like when it is time for that, I feel like it's gonna be such a beautiful chapter and a beautiful era of life, like motherhood, even pregnancy. Like I feel like even pregnancy, it's just gonna be a whole era, okay? It's gonna be a whole era, and I look forward to it. That's all I can really say. I look forward to it, but we're not planning for that right at the moment, girl, but when it happens. But yeah, of course, I will share that with you guys. I don't think I will be the one to like conceal a pregnancy. I mean, when the time feels right, of course, I would share that with you guys. Like, pregnancy content and motherhood content, y'all know. All right, girl, let's get into the other questions. So there's like two relationship questions that I just kind of came across. This is in the second box. So like I said, I just opened up like another Q&A box. I'm like last minute questions because I was about to sit down and film. So let me just get into some of these. So one of them says, how do I deal with trust issues in a relationship? And I can say I've never experienced that. Like I have never been in a relationship where I didn't trust my partner. So I can't really answer that. I think if you're dealing with that, you need to have a conversation with that person and figure out like why. Number one, why are those trust issues occurring? Is it something that has happened in your present relationship, or is that some baggage or trauma that you're bringing in from previous situations into a fresh new relationship, and you're just you have like mentalities and things that you just brought with you? So that would be the first thing to explore. And I would say if it's something that's occurring in your current situation, like y'all need to sit down and communicate that and talk about that, because I don't see how, that would just be very difficult for me to literally be in a relationship where I didn't trust my partner. Like that would be hard for me, because trust is like, that's bare minimum. That is like, you gotta qualify, you need to check that box off. Because if I can't trust you, like, no, I'm not trying to tiptoe around my relationship. I'm not trying to walk on eggshells, and you never know, like, I can't with that. So I've never experienced that. I've never stayed in anything kind of situation where I just felt like I didn't trust the person. It was either I trust you or you're just not for me. So that's kind of my answer on that, girl. I would say just, if you truly love that person and you want to work it out, y'all both need to sit down and come up with some kind of game plan to where you rebuild that trust. The next one says, being the only one, female. She said, okay, being the only one, the female, who generates income in the relationship. Again, that's a situation that I haven't really encountered, being the only one generating income. I feel like in a marriage and stuff, like, if it's just a rough patch, like, there's gotta be a reason, right? Like, are you just chilling on the couch, like, not generating money like that? I would have a problem with that. But if you're just going through a rough patch, like you lost your job for any kind of reason, you got laid off. COVID really showed us the reality of life, right? People just got cut from the freaking job positions, and that's it. And you saw the reality of like being a little quick step away from losing your job, or is his business going bad? I don't know. If it's a situation and you're going through something, I don't mind at all. Thank you, God, thank you. I make plenty money to carry a family. Now, that doesn't mean that I want to be the one carrying the burden like forever. I don't want to carry all that weight on my shoulders, like being the true income breadwinner in the family the whole time. Like I could see myself getting weighed down, and I could just see, I don't think that I would want to do that forever, right? Like I said, but if it's a rough patch and he should, things happen, don't worry, I got it. But yeah, I think that, long term, I would not, we got to figure something out. Let's figure out a new business plan. Let's figure something out, because you got to help out over here. All right, so let me go into the other question. I'm just going back and forth. All right, so, this is turning the camera on, I mean off and on, because it's like reheating. I forgot how annoying sit down videos are, especially when it's long, but this is a long video. We have a lot to cover, girl. Okay, let's jump right back in. So this is a good question. How do you feel about YouTube now, and what has changed? And then there's another one that I guess I'll answer at the same time because it kind of goes with the theme. It is, where is it? Ooh, do I feel pressure with social media and keeping up with the different platforms and, you know, things like that? So, girl, okay, how do I feel about YouTube now? And now that it has, and what has changed? All right, so how do I feel about YouTube? I mean, YouTube to me is now once again a hobby. Not that it never was a hobby, but at one point it was a hobby that I saw as an income generator, right? So for between the years, so pretty much around like 2021, I kind of retired YouTube. I know it doesn't feel like it because I'm still here and I'm still here and there, but obviously if you're an OG and you've been here for a while, you know that I don't put out content as consistently or as frequently as I used to back in, like, let's say 2019, 2018, 2017. Those were like my 3 main years of, 3 videos a week kind of thing, brand deals. Like I was doing the whole package of YouTube merch, everything. I would say, 2021, I feel like I kind of just, it just became a leisure kind of thing for me. And like I said, it was always fun for me. It was always a hobby, but it was something that, yes, I was taking brand deals. Yes, I was, doing all that stuff. And now, I kind of just post for fun. I post for you guys, just to connect and chat with the girls and catch up and, take a break. I like to share, of course, like inspiration, business things, girl stuff, lifestyle, travel, all that stuff. It's really just a sharing platform for me. If YouTube income was to be like removed from my roster of incomes, like it would be okay. Like, my life wouldn't change, not one bit, which is so crazy. And again, thank you, Lord. I feel like I keep saying these things and it sounds so surreal to like literally say it out loud, because at one point, like, YouTube was my main, not YouTube, just like everything, all the incomes that came from YouTube, like I said, brand deals, merch, my store, all that stuff, AdSense, all of that. Like at one point it was my main source of income. Like I bought this house with straight up YouTube money. I funded my business with straight up, money that I was making from my title as an influencer. I'll just say influencer because, it's just an umbrella of things. And yeah, for it to now go back to just being like a little side hustle, just little something I do for fun is crazy. Like, it's crazy, like literally just to say that out loud and just to think like if it was just all to be removed, like my life would not change one bit. That I have so much gratitude for that, that my businesses are flourishing in the way that they are. But that's how I feel about YouTube. I feel like to me it's just a fun thing to do on the side. I still enjoy editing, I still enjoy creating content, but just kind of when I want to do it as a fun thing. I have a lot of other stuff going on, guys. I have 2 businesses that keep me busy. The other thing about YouTube is that now, like, I'm just more of a private person, right? So before, like, again, older era, like maybe 2-3 years back, 4 years back, I feel like I was just a lot more open. Like I was okay with just, I've always been a private person, but I don't know how to explain it. It's like now I'm just more in my little shell. Like I'm back in my introverted bubble because again, a few years back, like I was doing all kind of events and meet and greets and things like that. And it's like me now, like if somebody would ask me to do like speak at an event, it's gonna be like a big, I don't know, I have to really think about it because I'm just so back in my little bubble. Like I'm back in my little shell. Like I don't want to talk too much. I feel like I really don't have much to say. Like I'm really in my quiet era. I saw a tweet about that. It was like, I'm in my quiet era. I don't have much to say. Just know I'm doing good. That's kind of how I feel. Like I feel like I don't have really much to converse about unless we're talking like this. Like you're giving me topics, we're engaging in conversation. But as far as like vlogging, that's the other thing. Vlogging, it's like, again, I'm back to my private life. Like there's only a certain amount of things that I'm okay to vlog and I want to vlog, like for the most part of my life, like I don't want to have a camera out when I'm out with my friends and out with my man and out with my sister, out with my family, like, things like that. That's literally the bulk of my life and it doesn't even make it to the camera, to social media. So that's the other thing. I feel like I've changed into, or I guess went back to being more of a private person. And so, okay, I had to turn on my little living room lamp because it's getting dark. So if the lighting changed, that's why. I actually like it better. Y'all know I love like warm lighting. I should have had it on the whole time. But as I was saying, I'm into more just living a private life. And of course that does impact my content, especially being a vlogger. Like the bulk of my YouTube channel is vlogs. And so when you revert back to like just not wanting to share too much, like obviously that's going to impact the type of content that I create, the type of things that I want to talk about and things like that. So to answer that question, I feel like that is what has changed as far as for me. And then the other question was, do I feel pressure on like, you know, keeping up with the platforms and all that? And I would say definitely no. Maybe, you know, like I said, maybe a few years back when I was deep into like content creation, and I had to keep up with stuff because, you know, that's where you got certain brand deals. Like I get emails now from brands wanting me to do like TikTok things, and you know, I just, like, I can't. Yeah, I mean, that's like the new place to be now. And I'm here and there on TikTok, but honestly, sometimes I just want to like delete my whole profile because I don't want to have to feel like I have to keep up with another platform. Like I said, I have YouTube, I have Instagram. That's enough. I don't feel like I need to be everywhere for y'all. But yeah, to kind of wrap that up, I really don't feel pressure on, you know, keeping up with things or growing my audience or my views and my likes. Like, I am just so past that. I really was never focused on that, to be quite honest. Me hitting 100K was like nowhere in the plans for my YouTube channel. I just wanted to share and create and have a little safe space for us, the girl gang and nursing and things like that. But yeah, it was never my plan to like do any of this with YouTube. So I don't feel pressure to grow or hit a certain number, things like that. I mean, how I feel about YouTube, I feel like it's just a fun platform. It's just something that I can connect with people that have been growing with me throughout the years, and even new people, right? I'm not going to leave my new people out. I mean, it's a place where I can connect with like-minded individuals that just may be interested in the things that I'm doing. And I love inspiring people. I love being what I do, okay? And yeah, that's how I feel about YouTube. And there was another question here that asked, like, what do I ever see myself quitting YouTube? And quitting, like, that's big. Like, quitting YouTube would be like, that's say, like, I would just not come back or ever post a video. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm sure if I ever take a break, it could be a big break, 6 months, a year, 2 years, who knows? But I feel like I'll always come back and just update y'all, at least, like, you know, pop in. Instagram I like because it's pretty quick. I could just throw up a little story. I love sharing travel and things like that. So yeah, as far as quitting, like, just y'all will not hear from me again or see me. I don't think that's in the plans, obviously, but who knows, girl? 10 years from now, I don't know. I might just be, girl, I might have maybe moved to islands and been even more in a private life. Who knows? Next question. Where is it? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Let me just go ahead and answer that interview style question for y'all, because people love asking that. Yeah, so in 5 years, let's see, in 5 years I see myself married with a baby. So I do see myself already having formed my family, right? Hopefully, if it's in the cards. Like I said, I do see marriage and at least one baby by then. I don't want to say two, because at least one, right? So at least one baby, married. I see myself very peaceful. I'm like looking away because I love visualizing. Like, I have to just look up at the sky. Yes, I see myself in love, very much in peace. I see myself traveling, so just still exploring with my baby or something, with my family, you know, going on family trips and things like that. Career-wise, I think I still see myself doing what I'm doing now, because 5 years is still, you know, still pretty close. I don't think I would want to let go of what I'm doing right now. Maybe 10 years, I can't say the same, girl. I might have a whole new business. Maybe in 10 years, I have maybe decided like a whole new business idea and ventured off to something different. But in 5 years, I'm pretty sure I see myself like still mentoring, still teaching, still kind of in this wellness space. So what else in 5 years that I want to share, at least that I want to say out loud? I think that's it for now. I mean, really just a continuation of my life right now, because right now, I mean, life, thankfully, thank the Lord, is just really beautiful. So I just see what I'm doing now. Okay, so this question says, what would I do differently financially in my 20s with the knowledge that I have now? So financially in my 20s, I think that So I wish that I had I wish that I knew about investing. That's definitely something that I wish was taught to me at a younger age, because I definitely had the money. Like, I've always had a job, you guys. I've always worked. And so I definitely had the money to be able to invest even at a young age. Like, I remember I paid for my own braces. Like, I had money. Like, I would work and save my money. Like, I was just good at saving and stuff, but not saving properly, because I just had it in a little bank, just not doing nothing for me. So I wish somebody would have put in my head, like, make your money work for you. So I wish I knew about investing back then, or at least, been curious about it, because I didn't really get curious about financial literacy probably until about 28. And that's when, because I started making more money, right? My businesses were flourishing, and I needed to know, like, all right, well, how am I going to manage this money? Like, I know I'm not supposed to just have it sitting there. Like, what do I do? And that's when I started to get curious about finances. I wasn't really, so basically, like, 28, just 2 years ago, you guys, is when I really started to, like, learn more about investing, just, knowing what to do with your money and stuff. Yeah, like, most of my 20s, all I was doing was just, like, making money, saving money, but, I didn't really have, like, a plan, I would say. Yeah, one thing that I would have done differently was just plan a little bit better, just know, at the bare minimum, like, where I was putting my money, things like that. Other than that, I think for the most part, I was pretty responsible with my financial life in my 20s. I was very responsible with my credit. I knew how to manage my credit cards and, use them to my favor. So I didn't make any crazy financial mistakes. Trying to think back. Of course, spending, obviously, I think that I could have spent less. Like, I was just crazy with, like, shopping and things like that were just, like, so materialistic. Like, now, and it's crazy because I have more money now than, like, I had in my 20s. But, like, now, I'm just a little bit more minimalistic, if you will. Some people will look at me and be like, girl, no, you're not. Yeah, like, for me, like, I don't feel like I need to be spending on, like, just a bunch of the kind of things that I was spending when I was in my 20s. So probably just being a little smarter with what I was spending my money on. But other than that, guys, I think I was pretty good with my finances in my 20s. But let me just say, I'll be much better with it in my 30s now that I am knowledgeable about it and I've been informed, and I like to read books on finances, and yeah, I'll be much better in my 30s. Okay, next question. Which era are you enjoying more? Single era or relationship era? So, what she said at this age. At this age, definitely relationship era. I definitely saw myself, like, in a relationship, like, entering my 30s. I think in my 20s, I've always been a relationship kind of girl, but I think, obviously knowing that I was going into my 30s, like, I wanted to at least be in, like, some type of committed relationship that I saw, like, long term, like, marriage, like, this is the person that I want to be with. So, but I feel like each era has its own things, right? But the question said at this age. So at this age, yes, definitely I'm enjoying more of my relationship era. I love having, like, a partner that I can share life with, travel with, all my each other's success with, right? Because success means nothing, like, if it's just you and you're, like, lonely and you don't have anybody to share it with. Like, I don't want that. I really don't want that. I want somebody that I can share the good parts of life with. So yeah, at this age, I'm definitely enjoying my relationship era a lot more. But I loved my single girl era. I learned so much about myself. I was able to do so many things. Like, girl, I was just doing so much in my 20s. Like, I wrote a book, I had this, whatever I wanted to do, like, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it, right? Let's try out how this store goes, and this merch, and this YouTube thing, and my degrees. Like, I was just trying out things, and I was single, so it's like I loved being single. I loved being single the years that I was single. But yeah, to answer the question, in my current age, yes, I am enjoying a lot more my relationship era. I love having somebody to do life with and just share life with. So, okay, this question was kind of the same. So it says, how do I feel about my life currently at this age? And I can say that at this age, so at 30, my life is exactly where I wanted it to be, if not better. If not better. I think I'm just, like, I have everything that I feel like I worked for in my 20s, that I went hard for in my 20s, all those long nights, early mornings, those long years of studying, and summers that I wasn't free, all the time that I couldn't travel because I had school. Like, I feel like I'm living it all out, and it is so I don't even want to get emotional, but it's like so beautiful to just see your freaking hard work. Like, I'm not no overnight success, guys. I am not no woke up with this. I didn't come from money. Like, nobody was handing things down. It was pure hard work. So yeah, I feel like I love life at this age. I'm right where I need to be. I'm grateful, you know, mentally. Like I said earlier in the video, it's the best that I've been. And I'm really happy. So I'm very happy with where I'm at in life at this age. Okay, how do you feel about creators being too open or transparent and vulnerable? I've noticed that we haven't gotten many deep topics from you like before. That's Ruby. Ruby, sweetie, mommy's filming. Shh, you gotta be quiet. Mommy's filming. My little dog. So yeah, I mean, guys, being transparent and vulnerable on social media is like not something that I'm too comfortable with nowadays. Because like I said, if you go videos back, like there were more, you know, deep topics, like you said, like other stuff. Like I felt like I was just more open and vulnerable. But girl, I learned the hard way. Like social media is just not a safe space. It's not. I wish it was. You know, you think it is sometimes as a creator, and I feel like sometimes I do see creators being like so openly vulnerable, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like how do you even feel after putting that out there for the world to see? Like I feel like I would just feel naked. I would literally feel naked. Even in this video, like I'm sharing a lot of stuff, like, you know, that I haven't in vlogs and things like that. I've just kind of been more closed off, like just certain things. But like, you know, putting certain things out there makes you just feel vulnerable, like naked. Why would I want to just get naked in front of a, like, that's what it feels like, just getting naked in front of a camera, like for whoever to judge. It's just not a place to be you know, to just be super vulnerable. And it's kind of like, it's kind of crazy because sometimes, you know, being vulnerable and transparent is how you connect with people, right? Like I connect with my girls, like my friends, like we chat, we vent, like we talk about everything, and that's why we're so close. That's how we're able to connect, because we can relate. Like, you know, it's not all peachy and oh, we're these amazing happy business owners. Like, no, things get crazy, things get rough. But yeah, still, I feel like social media is just not the place to take all of that. Like, I take all that to my journal, to my higher power, to my family, you know, people that I trust and things like that. Like, just opening up about certain things. Yeah, that's just not really something that I can see myself, like, yeah, just, I don't know how to put it. Just not something that I'm really comfortable with anymore. And again, going back to leading a more private life, leading a more quiet life, like, you know, I feel like all those things kind of factor into just like sometimes I just want to like shut down and like not post. Y'all have seen me go ghost at times, all right? And that's not because I'm going through nothing. Like, it's just, I don't have nothing to say. I'm just chilling, guys. But yeah, I do see it with this newer generation, especially, you know, the Gen Zers, girl. And just, I mean, yeah, I do know some creators, like they do treat like their social media like a journal. And I mean, that's fine if that works for them, if they're okay. Some people are just more open like that. They're literally an open book. Like, I've never been an open book, even before social media, even in my current life, like, even in my family life, like, I'm not an open book. I'm a very reserved, you know, closed up person. I live a very much private life. So yeah. All right, guys, this is getting long. I don't know how long we've been filming, so let me just answer a few more. So this one says, what sources of income do you have? Do you work any MP jobs other than your business? And this is the same person with another question. She said, if you're comfortable, can you kind of share what vicinity around how much your businesses make? Are you a millionaire? I love that. I love the are you a millionaire? I am not a millionaire yet, okay? So, all right, let's answer this. So what sources of incomes do I have? So my two businesses, they are two separate businesses. So Revitalux makes its own income. Fatima Francesa LLC makes its own income. I still do have YouTube and content income. I don't even know what I want to call it. Let's just call it social media. Like the whole umbrella, which is YouTube, brand deals, affiliate marketing, things of that nature. I've narrowed it down, guys. And then I have like just side things that still come in. So this is like passive income kind of thing. So my investments, property, money that comes through from people renting. My book is like a passive income. I don't even promote my book or anything. Like, it's just kind of on auto flow. Like, it makes its money every month. What else? Yeah, but like my two, I mean, and I'm not gonna break down like Revitalux and like things that come in, and then like my other business, like each and everything, because like, you know, my consulting company, like I have money from the classes, I have money from coaching, I have digital products, so it's just like they each have their own thing, but we just gonna put it in one umbrella, girl. Revitalux, Fatima, Francesa, those are my two main sources of income. Those are my two businesses. I do not work any other, her question, I do not work any other MP jobs other than my business. And the question around how much my businesses make, let's just say each business makes 6 figures. So leave y'all at that. So Fatima Francesa LLC makes 6 figures and Revitalux makes 6 figures. So that's all I'm gonna say on that. But yeah, my businesses do well and I'm very grateful for that. But yeah, those are pretty much my two main sources of income. Oh, I can't believe I haven't answered this question. Well, how did I just overlook this? So there's like 3 of these already in the new box. So when are you going to show Bo? Love you, girl. Other one, are you ever going to share your boo with us? Why don't you share your boo? What's the reason? Okay, let's just get into that. I'm going to end with that. I'm going to just end with that, but there's really no reason. Like I said, I don't show a lot of things. Number one, let me just start by saying number one, it's not no kind of private relationship. Like I'm not hiding it. It's none of that. It's simply just based out of privacy and just keeping certain things for myself. Like just keeping certain things off these platforms, off social media. Like I said, there's other things that I don't share. Like y'all don't be asking me to see my sister or my mom or my dad or my cousins or even my friends. Like we just went on a girls trip and I chose not to vlog it because I'm like, you know what, this is just our time. Like, you know, so it's really no huge reason. I feel like, to be honest, it's really just a part of my life that I like to just keep to myself. I like to enjoy, you know, I just don't feel like it. Oh, and my battery is dying right now, so this is like the perfect thing to end with. But would I ever? Yes, of course. We'll just see what we do. I may, you know, it could be a picture, a video, or a little reel. Like there's really nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't even know what to put because it's like it's gonna be this big revelation, or I'll just throw it in there. Like a lot of you guys have already met him. Like if you come to my class, you'll meet him. He's like my right hand. He does all that stuff when it comes to like setting up for the classes and everything. So a lot of y'all have already met him in person. Yeah, there's really no big reason, none of that, you guys. And I've never shared like a person. I've never really shared a man on my platforms anyways, even though whether it was serious or not serious situation, whatever, I have never shared a man on here. So yeah, I don't know why it comes as like such a surprise. And I feel like I naturally give off that vibe. Like y'all already see, I keep my family private. I keep certain things of my life private. It only makes sense that I would keep my man private. But yeah, it's nothing that I'm trying to hide. Like some of the comments be so extra. Like one time I got a comment and a girl was like, oh, don't worry about hiding your man. Like nobody's gonna take him from you. You should be more confident and trusting. And I just left her on red. I'm like, girl, please, I am freaking. That was sometime last year. So I was like, girl, I'm a whole 29-year-old woman. Like you think I care about, girl, bye. Like it is not, that's not the reason, okay? I just like keeping certain things for myself. I'm not worried about none of that other whatever on social media. So yeah, there's no reason, girl. We just love our, happy private relationship off camera. Sometimes I feel like it would be so fun to like film together and do things because we literally have a ball together. And he brings out like a whole other side of me that y'all don't really see on here because, I feel like you just have different sides of you, different personalities and things that you do with certain people, right? Like when I'm with my sister, it's a whole vibe. When I'm with my cousins, it's a certain vibe. When I'm with my friends, it's that. When I'm with him, like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, he brings out like the crazy goofy side of me, so we always have a lot of fun together. So yeah, sometimes I'm like, yo, we could have like, there's so much stuff we could share and film and do stuff. But you know what they say, the happiest relationships are the most quiet. They're not the ones, posted for the world to approve and celebrate and compliment. So best believe we are very happy in our private little life right here. But yeah, girl, I'm gonna end with that. I feel like I answered so many questions. I really don't know how long this video is gonna be, so if you sat here through the whole video, love you so much. Literally my camera is dead. Like it was at 100%. That's so crazy. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. As always, I love you guys so much. I'll be back at some point. I don't know what video it will be, but I'll be back. Y'all know when I have my little free free time. Right now, I'm busy. I'm really busy right now. I have a trip to Miami for Thanksgiving. I'm getting ready for my New York IV hydration business class in December. So it's just like getting wrapped up for the end of the year. Holidays going on. It's a lot, but I'll try to do a little holiday vlog for y'all. I want y'all to see my tree when it's decorated and all that stuff. But yeah, with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for rocking with me, for still being here, for my supporters, my day ones, and my new loves. Love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye!